Wallace.com.
Oh, baby! All right, this is the day that we've been waiting for. This is the day that we spend all of our lives waiting for. This is the tomorrow that has become this morning. And every day is a better day than yesterday as long as we decide to make it that way. I am blessed today to be with the, city champions, state champions? I don't know for sure, but I'm with the Hillcrest women's basketball team from the city of Riverside. They are the champions of some league somewhere, but they are the champions of Empire Talks Back Radio without a doubt. They have been introduced to me by Miss Vicki Davis. Vicki is, of course, everybody in the Inland Empire knows her phone number person. She is, Vicki, how are you today?
I'm doing awesome. I'm just really excited to be able to be here and celebrate these awesome ladies. It's Women's History Month, so how fitting that you have a whole room full of women making history.
That's right. That's right. Women's History Month, and they're all, my guest for today initially was my mother, because she's 98 years old, and she is a historian just based on the fact that she's living, obviously. But she's had a lot of firsts, and the fact is that she brags about me all the time, and so I was going to bring her on and let her talk about me and all, but this is a great occasion, and she and I have agreed that she'll be on next week so that we can hear some of the wisdoms of my mother, Ruth Stevens. So 98 years of seeing it and being it is amazing. But she met my father because she was a basketball player in high school, okay? And she says she was pretty good. I imagine she was because, I'm pretty great myself, but my humility won't let me talk about it too much.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
At my age, we can talk history, and I don't have to prove anything anymore. But my mother was a pretty good high school basketball player, and one of the things that she says all the time about my father was that he was a military guy, but she was in Mississippi, 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, playing basketball, and my father at that time was 24, 25, a grown man. Okay, and this is a lot of things going on, and I want to say, and I want you guys to think about it. I've got a granddaughter. I've got beautiful granddaughters. I've got a beautiful daughter, and one of the things that I've always said to my son-in-law, we don't want to go to jail. But these old men fooling around and looking at my daughters and granddaughters will make us go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I want you to know that it don't have to be my granddaughter. It could be you guys and somebody that is out of place, and that Mississippi, 24 years old. My mama was 17. I don't know. Maybe that was the way they were doing it then.
This conversation has gone in
All
a
the
way that I never expected so soon.
And that's what you expect from me. Every time. Always expect the unexpected, because I'm here to protect the future.
Oh, yeah.
And my future is going to be based on how good your future is.
Yeah.
Okay? And for you to make snap decisions at a young age that are going to have long-term effect on you is something that's going to have long-term effect on society. So I want you to think about that as we go through the thrill of last night, the thrill of you guys, the culmination of a season, the culmination of having a coach or two or three and parents who support you doing this, and your friends at school who are constantly trying to distract you from being champions. As much as they say they love you and want you to win, they just as soon have you go hang out with them and not do all of the work that it takes to become a champion. So as you look at those things that need to be balanced, and that it's not over. You won that championship last night, but you have the challenge to win championships, personal championships, team championships, championships for your community, for the rest of your life. And the kind of commitment that you guys brought to the floor last night is something that you're going to have to grab onto from now on, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where we are. Miss Vicky, now I'm going to turn it back over to you. We can talk that other stuff, whatever it is.
And
but
you know
I'm going to
what?
bring this up every time I have the opportunity.
Thank you.
The future, our responsibilities, and our access to that inner power to be in charge. That's what I'm here for.
And
God bless
you know what? I'm with you on that, and
I
I
know.
want to make sure we give like an appropriate and admirable like recognition to the team. They're here in the building, and I want to just kind of read off a little bit so that the audience that's listening to us can have an idea of their story and their background and where they come from
Please.
and why this is so historic. The Hillcrest High School girls basketball team, led by head coach Chloe Wells and assistant coach Lola Wells, is making history. On March 1st, they captured the CIF Division 5AA championship, the first in this girls' school basketball history. But their journey is just beginning. The Trojans are competing at an even bigger stage for CIF State Division 5 tournament, where they continue to defy expectations and inspire a new generation of young women. Last night, they won by 15 points, y'all.
Okay.
Coach Chloe Wells, a Southern California basketball legend, has lived a storied career. Raised in the Inland Empire, she and her sisters dominated the high school basketball scene. And I know because I grew up with them and I was playing, too.
Oh, okay. Do you think they could have beaten me at this?
You wouldn't. It's a whole different league, Wallace. Don't play with these girls, okay? Earning Division I scholarships and a sisterhood of excellence reminiscent of the Ball brothers. Chloe, however, stood out as the truth. She and Lola won 2 CIF championships at A.B. Miller High School in Fontana. She was named CIF's Co-Player of the Year and graduated from Duke University despite facing immense adversity. After a decade of professional basketball careers overseas in Brazil, Israel, Poland, Spain, Russia, and beyond, Chloe returned home, pausing in her own WNBA aspirations to pour into the future of our next generation of athletes. Last year, Hillcrest won 7 games. This season, the Trojans went 24-6, undefeated
And
in
counting,
league
and
play.
counting.
And still,
So we're not finished. The
they
season's
are not
over?
finished.
All
So,
right, now.
so there are 2 games left, and I'm going to let the coaches tell you a little bit about the 2 games that they have left and how important these games
Okay,
are right
very
now.
good.
So, Chloe, Lola, you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what your season has been like and the games that you have left on the table.
Yes, so I'm the head coach, Chloe Wells, and the season has been crazy great. We started from the bottom, now we're here. That's a testament of my team. And so we have 2 more games coming up. We have the regional finals, which is this region of California, this southern section. We play, who do we play, Lo?
We play Rosamount out of Kern County,
It doesn't matter who we play.
period. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we go from there and we go up to Sacramento for the state final championship game, and we play against a northern school team, depending on who wins on their bracket.
And I want to just emphasize this whole tournament has been win or go home. So every day these girls come out and play, it's do or die. So this game on Tuesday, March 11th at 7 p.m. at Hillcrest High School, if you guys hear our story and want to support, that's the game to be at, because we have to take care of business here so we can represent the IE and all of Southern California against the North later in the week. But that is the game to come to.
How many seats do they have?
We can fit about
We can fit y'all. We can fit. It's a really big gym, and it's a
Okay.
1,000 at least.
yeah, it's a newer school. So the arena, the gym is really nice, and our games are electrifying.
Oh, yeah, you
you
don't
will
wanna miss
get your
And
money's
what time
worth.
is that game?
7 p.m.
Okay.
Tickets are $12 for adults, and
$6 for students.
yeah, and we have family, friends, students come. We had Councilman Jim Perry from the 6th Ward of Riverside show up last night. We just want all of our community members to come and show up and show out, because this one is not just for Hillcrest. This one's for y'all.
Yeah, excellent.
And can you guys tell us a little bit about the meaning of winning these games beyond just beyond being the champions, you know what I mean, beyond loving basketball, because I know that you've had some background going on in this season as far as just test to your heart and test to your faith and to your commitment to this process.
Yes. What I see with these games is it's more than basketball, like you're saying. This is life. And so this last game we played, not last night, but the night before, we were down by 6 with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in overtime. My kids have never played an overtime game. And so I called a huddle, and in the huddle, I'm starting my, it's not over. And one of my kids says, "Coach, it's over. This is over with." And I said, "No, it's not." And I looked at the stands, and they thought it was over too. They were like quiet and all day. I said, "Everybody get up. It's not over. We can do this." And we did it. We came back from down 6 and ended up winning by 2. That's 8 points in a minute. That's unheard of.
That's NBA.
Exactly. But what that showed, not just our kids, but the community, is like, it's never over till the bell sounds. You can do anything you put your mind to, as long as you believe and put the work in and trust and have faith, it will work out for the good. And so that right there has been a testament to our whole season, really.
Yes. We call these kids the comeback kids. And they've come back from a lot. Like Chloe just mentioned, that underdog mentality and reality from last year. But we've also had some external pressures and incidents. Up in the Nordhoff game for the semifinals of CIF, we drove 2.5 hours up to Ojai. And I mean, it's a different world up there. And we got there, and our students, they're playing hard and they're competing for for a chance at the ring. And we heard fans in the student section calling them the N-word, and that right there could take you out of your game and take you out of your head. But we are a team of believers. We have faith, and we combat that with, first of all, winning that game. but second of all, we linked arms with the other team as a show of unity and a show of faith, and we prayed in the center circle of that game after whooping on them. And we talked to God, because the Bible says in 1 John, it says God is light, in him there is no darkness. So every time
come on Pastor Lola.
yes, every time we face adversity or we face darkness externally or internally, we pray. We come together and we pray and we bring God into that thing to shine that light on us. So these are the comeback kids, and we are shining a light not only in our own hearts and with each other, but in this city and in this county.
That's large. That's
Chills.
extremely large. And taking again the understanding that this is our nucleus, this is our heartbeat, this is what we're doing. And understand that there are people on the planet, in this nation, in places standing right next to you, who don't want you to pray, who think that if you're in school, you shouldn't be praying, we should keep God. And we all, I think, understand that God's everywhere, so it's not like you got to find him, it's just you have to acknowledge his presence, her presence, its presence, and understand that winning does not necessarily create a loser. Winning creates a door for understanding, as you well demonstrated after the game when you brought the other team in to pray with you, to realize that I can't win without there being some competition. I don't know when, in the old days when we were really playing
I
basketball.
thought you was about to make a comment about how you beat me in basketball
No,
right now.
no,
Like, don't deviate. We're making a serious point.
I'm going to tell the truth. I've never had the opportunity to beat you because you're awfully quick and didn't want to play me when I was really good. So it's okay. No, we looked for competition. We didn't look for people to beat up on. We played for each other's nets, and we looked for competition, because the competition is what helps define who you are. Your resistance, the people that resist you, are the ones that help you find your strength. Those knuckleheads in the stands who called you the N-word, the nerd, whatever that N-word was all about, because you never answer to a name that you don't claim. Okay, you leave them out there hanging on whatever it is that brought them there. But if you're not that, if they say, "Hey, baby," and you ain't baby, don't worry about what they had to say. They say, "Hey, sugar pie," and you ain't sugar pie. Don't trip. That's not you. Very important to understand that you have to be, as my grandfather said, the second fool in order to make an argument. It takes two, always more than one. So you guys have been brought into a team that allows you to see how valuable it is to be an individual, because you contribute to that whole thing that makes a team.
I'm glad you
can't-
said team. Can we have the team come behind us
please.
right here and just be in the view?
Oh, yeah,
because the
in the
team is in
view.
the building.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
they
ladies
are.
are
And
here.
they're gonna
There we
talk
are.
soon, but we just want to make sure because their parents are watching, and their school is watching, and their community is watching. So we just want to make sure they're up here getting their shine time too.
Getting their
I'm
shine
sorry,
time.
Mr. Wallace.
Okay, well, let's let them introduce themselves.
Yes,
Let me see
make sure
what
you
we
say
can
your
do here.
AKAs. What's-
I've got a microphone.
I don't know
I'm
who you
going
are.
to take my microphone out, and I'm going to pass it to.
Brian, go. Stand up, Brian.
Stand up, Brian, get in the mic.
Okay. So Renee.
I'm Ryan Marfori Mazzolini, number 15,
Okay.
And who's your AKA?
aka The Flash.
Flash.
Okay.
I'm Zanila Jackson, number 12, aka the spark plug of our team.
The spark plug.
My name is Maya Branchcombe, number 24, aka Premium Fuel.
Not that low budget 87.
My name's Daisy Ingram, number 1, and I'm the floor general.
Yes, our leader.
My name's Cadence Garcia, number 23, aka The Anchor.
Anchor.
Note it down.
My name's Raylene Valadez, number 25, and aka Reliable Playmaker.
Yeah.
I'm Alexandra Sanchez, and aka Freddy Cougar.
It's a nightmare on defense.
I'm Zoe Bower. I'm Zoe Bower, aka the Assassin.
Killer.
I'm Wallace Allen. I'm the new fan. And I'm inviting you guys to join me on Tuesday night at Hillcrest High School. What's the address? Where's the school located?
It's 11800 Indiana.
Oh, it's on Indiana. Okay, that's out there by the car dealerships. Okay,
off of,
okay.
Pierce
You-
and the
we
91.
can trust our navigator on that one. It's not taking us in the woods. So Hillcrest High School, we should be there before 6 o'clock, around 6 o'clock, so we can get our seats and a hot dog and a hamburger and stuff like that.
This is our
Yeah,
last
because-
time in Southern California before we go to Sacramento, so please come and
Yeah.
pack that thing out.
Yes.
1,000 seats is not a lot of seats, okay? Now, let me ask you guys something. If your dad or mom or auntie
question already because I know they mom and they dad.
or your auntie or your coach was playing professional ball, okay, and your coach said, had the opportunity to bring you in right out of high school, and so you're Bronny and they're LeBron, and you bring them and they bring you onto the team, and a lot of folks are saying, well, you're not that good, but, how do you guys feel about Bronny playing with his dad? And let me tell you this, I'm a dad and I'm a son, and if my dad was playing professional ball and I had a chance to earn a check, nice check, whether I was good enough to play or not, I'd want to play. And if other people said, well, you ain't good enough, they're going to tell me that if I'm good enough. It doesn't matter. So, but that I shouldn't have told you how I felt about it, but I did. Okay? But how do you feel about it? Would you want the easy slide into the game to play? Or would you, like many kids who have the great opportunity to follow their parent into an open door and do the deal, or would you resist and say, "Nah, I'm going to try it my own way"? What would you do? And each of you take your turn and say it. Let's start over there with the assassin.
Well, for me, I think I don't want no easy. I want it to be my own hard work.
Okay.
I feel the same way. I feel like if I was doing the same thing, I want to do it, but do it 10 times better than.
Okay, say it in that microphone a little louder.
I feel like if I did do the same thing, I would want to do it, but just 10 times better than they did.
Okay, but you would take the shot. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That check is important.
I agree with them on that. I would want to work hard for my opportunities and stuff like that. So.
I would also work hard. I'd probably take the opportunity, but I'd also earn it myself and make people realize that I deserve that opportunity.
I agree with that too. I don't want everything to be handed down to me. I want to earn it, and I want to look back and feel accomplished and know that I did that.
I'm on the same page as my teammates. I want to be able to work hard for it, and not just so that I feel like I earned it, but just to feel like I'm ready. Like I wouldn't have any doubts about it.
I feel like I would want to like create my own pathway and not feel like I'm famous because of my dad, or like feel like, oh, I only look good because my dad is good at basketball or something. So I feel like I would want to have my own pathway and own like success.
I'm also on the same page as my teammates. I would want to like create my own pathway, like what you said, and but I was also want to do it better than my parents, and I would want to I don't want them to underestimate me. I would want them to be like, well, you thought I couldn't do it, and I would want to show that I worked hard for it.
I don't know, y'all, because
That check,
I
right?
worked hard for a really long time, and I don't want to take for granted any blessing that God has granted me. And if God has granted me the blessing of having a parent who can position me to be able to do 10 times more, 10 times faster, then who am I to say no?
Right.
Who am I to say no?
Yeah. No, I feel that. I'm going to take that check, and then I'm going to learn along the way, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get to where I need to get to while I'm getting the check.
I would take this, ask you to look at it like this too. I'm a father, and to have the son play with me is more of a support mechanism, okay? Because look what LeBron is doing. He's playing like he's 19 years old again. And if you think it's just because he wants to win a game, I don't know. I think as a parent, he's showing his son the real rope. He's giving his son action on this is what it's really like. And if you never get a chance to play basketball at the top level, you are getting to see what takes place at the top level. And from here, he may become a coach. He may blossom into someone better than his dad in basketball. That's entirely possible. But he understands something now about the world that he didn't have a chance to understand before. And he's not getting it out of his daddy's pocket. Now that part is really important, okay? Because he's getting his own check, and I'm sure he's making at least $1 million.
At least.
Okay? And if he's not making it from the basketball, he's going to make it from the sponsorships and things of that sort. So as we look at opportunity, and first of all, God bless you for not wanting to ride on somebody else's coattails. But God bless you. You are riding on somebody else's coattails, okay? And the fact that somebody's coattails are available to you, that is going somewhere, that really has some concerns about you as well, because there's people going to be offering you their coattails from now on, and some of those people are going to go straight to hell. Oh, did I say it? Right. Okay, and they will take you with them. Okay, there are people who hold very, very high positions. One of the things that my mother taught me that I carry around just like it's a $1 million gold bar is once you catch them in a lie, my goodness, once you catch them in a lie, when do you find that you can ever believe them again? I mean, it's tough. Just think, and to put yourself in that real position, what if you were a person who was sightless? Okay, and you're dependent on people around you to tell you the truth and you find somebody that thinks it's a joke that don't tell you that there's a chair in front of you for you to stumble over. How could you ever in your life trust that person again? And there are people who think that's a good joke for you at some level in your life. So as you make your judgments, make real judgments. And they're real. And learning basketball and learning teamsmanship is very, very real.
I wanted to ask Lola and Chloe, coaching is one part of it, but like you guys said, like this is coaching, you know, this is about life too, you know, and I think that lends to the point that Mr. Wallace is making. That lends to the point that Mr. Wallace is making is that, you know, the impact that you all are having is not just on a school's, you know, basketball track record, you know, or on the skill level ability of these girls to handle the ball and be confident on the basketball court. So what does it mean to you and how does it feel to you guys to really be like having the opportunity to one-on-one, hand-to-hand influence and encourage, you know, a generation of young ladies to be powerful, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And I don't think I ever introduced myself. I'm Lola McFadden now, and I am Chloe's big sister and assistant coach, which you guys can imagine that's kind of funny. She be telling me what to do, but I am like, girl, have a seat. But I listen because I'm the assistant coach now. But no, I think you're right. This transcends basketball, what we're doing here. And personally, as a sister, we've been trying to instill in these girls what it means to be my sister's keeper. And that's something that they can take in this setting and beyond. So for me, I'm my sister's keeper on and off the court. I live in Santa Monica, and our school, Hillcrest, is in Riverside. So that's a 2-hour drive. And I've played basketball my whole life, but honestly, I've been burnt out on basketball for some years now. So when my sister, Chloe, said, Lola, I have a team, I have these girls, and I need your help, I need your support, I told her, girl, can it be anybody else? But I went to a game she had orchestrated off campus just to see them and get a notion of what is it that we are working with. And I saw something on that first game, just the heart that these girls have. And I saw my sister, she was all in, like this was the NBA Finals, and it was like a preseason game. So I saw the love and the heart and that she needed us, and I prayed about it. And I said, you know what, I have to be my sister's keeper. So I come out 2 to 3 times a week and come in and support these girls on practices and games. We tag team a lot of our game plan, but I'm not here, and they'll tell you, I used to tell them in practice, I'm here for my sister. Okay, I don't like kids like that. I'm here for my sister. And now I've grown to love them. And I think each of them, if we asked them, could talk about a story of when they had to be, or when they've had the privilege to be their sister's keeper this year. Because that's something off the court that they're going to take with them for the rest of their lives.
Well, can we hear a couple of those
That's
stories?
what I was going to say. Maybe we should let them sit down.
For sure.
Like pick maybe 3, if you know of 3 that you want to have sit down right here, and there's some stories that you want them to tell.
Let's go to
My sister's keeper.
No, and they're raising their hand to tell the story, you guys. Okay, they're not running away from the opportunity to share. That's amazing. Amazing. This is Empire Talks Back Radio. I'm Wallace Allen. We're here on the case for truth and justice with the right information to help improve the situation. Today we're blessed to have the women's varsity basketball team from Hillcrest High School. They're in the midst of their quest before the world championship. They're not going to be satisfied. And when they win the state, they're going to want to go beat somebody up from the East Coast. I have no doubt about it. And we'll help arrange that if it takes place. And then we're ready to take on Europe. And I hear you guys in Australia and Africa think you guys can play a little ball. We'll play you guys too. So the whole thing is we would use basketball to make the world a better place. And you know, you don't have to lose to us for it to be a better place. So we can be satisfied with, I don't know, I can't say you guys will be satisfied with the tie, but we wouldn't mind playing 5 or 6 overtimes. You know, we're okay with that. Yes. Now, you guys have some stories where you have been able to exhibit love and leadership to each other, right? Am I correct with that? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, you are.
All right, so tell us your name and the story that you want to tell. And
Come on,
if
team
it gets
captain.
too long and we have to cry, don't worry about it. We've got tissue. Okay?
I'm Alexandra. I'm team captain. I'm number 3. And one of the stories I want to talk about is with Daisy.
Stay in the microphone, please.
And it's the time where Daisy wasn't fully there with us, like completely, and you could tell. And I had pulled her aside just to talk to her, to get her out of her head. And after I did that, she came back and knocked down threes like it was nothing.
Okay.
Came back with that.
Now, so you
Came
got
back-
coaching in your blood there.
Came
right?
back with the 20-point comeback after not putting anything down
Oh,
for
yeah.
that first half.
That senior night.
Just seeing the way it lifted her up and the smile that I gave her after the game it was overall amazing. And it felt-
Very good. Miss Daisy, would you come tell us how you felt and what turned you into a three machine?
Here, go to the mic.
Hi, my name's Daisy, the other senior captain. And yeah, I'll be honest, that was my senior night, our senior night, I believe, and I was not having it. Like the first half, throwing up my shots, praying that they went in, not going in. And then like by halftime, I was like, don't give me the ball. Like I don't want to shoot. Like nothing's going in. I'm going to have 0 points on my senior night. And I'm like, just don't give me the ball. Like I don't even care about this anymore. And like all my teammates were just like trying to lift me up. And at that point, I dug myself in a hole so deep that I just really felt like I couldn't get out of it. And then Alex came and was yelling at me and telling me I couldn't do this.
Not talking to you, yelling at you.
She was yelling at me, like like my head's down, like my shoulders are down. She's like picking my head up, like gripping my face, talking to me. And at that point, I don't hear anything. Like I'm just so numb and I'm so tired. I'm like, I don't want to shoot. And I think at that point, this was halftime, and I think Coach Chloe, and I was like, I don't want to shoot. I don't want to do any of that. And she's like, all you're going to do is shoot. Like, all you're going to do is shoot. We're going to get the ball to you. And then coming back in, I was just like, okay. Yeah, we cried. Oh, I definitely cried. I was crying. We were singing. At that point, I was just like, man, like, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. And then came back, and I shot the ball. Had a little bit of hope. 20 points, actually. Hope that it was going to go in.
Came back in.
And then it went in. And then everyone was going crazy. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. I kept shooting the ball, kept going in, kind of got my rhythm. And by the end, it was so great because everyone was really like sweet and so nice. And by then, I couldn't even remember, I don't know, the times that I airballed, the times that I missed like the rim or any of that. Like all I could remember is everybody who was there supporting me, my family and my friends. And if it wasn't for Alex like grabbing me and yelling at me that I could do this and pouring life into me, and if it wasn't any of our coaching staff or any of my teammates, like I really don't think I would have been able to have that comeback. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Next.
Hi, my name is Amaya Bretchcombe. I'm number 24. I'm a junior. And my story is basically how the time that my sisters were my keeper. When was it? It was during President's Week. I had took a trip to Hawaii. I took a little vacation because recently I just lost my dad. So I had to go to Hawaii to spread his ashes. And before I went on this trip, I was like, guys, like, should I stay? I was really thinking about staying home and playing this game because it was like third round of CIF. And I personally, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think we would make it that far, so I didn't think I would have to worry about it. But then when it came down to it, I was like, well, maybe this is a decision I might have to make.
You gotta believe
so
us, right?
I know. But then I was like, you know what, like my teammates, they got that, like they can hold it down. And then the day of, like I'm stressing out, like I'm on the beach looking at max press, and my mom's like, girl, put your phone down. I'm like, no, I can't. Like my teammates, like I felt like I had let them down by leaving, but like they had told me and let me know, like we're gonna hold it down for you, like we got you, like don't worry about it. I was like, all right. So I go to a Cirque du Soleil show that day. And, you know, with certain shows, like big productions like that, once you get inside the theater, you cannot come out. And I spent $20 trying to get the live stream. The live streams weren't working, so I had made one of the freshman boys text me play by play. What is going on? What are they doing? And it gets to the point of the show, I'm like, I gotta go. They're like, ma'am, you can't come back in. I'm like, I don't care. I need to go figure out what's going on with my team. So I'm getting FaceTimed, and I remember during, Coach Lola told me that during halftime, they had said, like, let's do this for Maya so she can come back and finish playing. And so I thought that was just so sweet. And then when I came back, and then right after the game, they FaceTimed me all on the bus. They were just passing me in the bus. Like,
yeah,
oh my gosh,
that.
like, good job. And they're like, we got you. Like, we held it down. Like, you're going to come back. We're going to play the next game. So I really felt like that was when I really put full trust in my team. Like, these are really my sisters. They held it down for me in moments that I couldn't be there. And I know that anytime, like even off the court, if I can't show up, I know they'll be able to show up for me.
Yes, I remember that. I
Caring
remember
for
that.
each other.
Yes.
Working for each other. Please.
Okay. My name is Anila Jackson. I'm number 12, and I am also a junior. I have a story about Zoe when I was being my sister's keeper. This was our Nordhoff game. It was semifinals, right? Semifinals, and I remember, everybody has their bad days and, times where you feel like you can't do something or, you're not good enough to play or something, and sorry to put you on blast, but that was Zoe's day. She felt like she wasn't, doing enough for us, and she's literally like my dog. On the court, we have good team chemistry. We have, like me and her, we assist each other. If she makes an and one, I'm there. What was it, Crawford? I smacked the floor, ran up, gave her a hug. That's my dog, on the court, we two peas in the pod. And so, I was in the game with her, and I see, she's off. She's not playing Zoe. I don't know who she's playing like. She's playing, not Zoe.
Like me, probably.
And she was down, and I'm telling her as she's at the free throw line, I'm like, you're good. Same shot, go in. Take your time, breathe, cancel out all the noise. Focus, you got this. And she knocked down both of them, which caused us to be, we was neck and neck with this team. It was not an easy game. It was really, it wasn't good comp, but it was just neck and neck. It was neck and neck. So then after that, she's still down. I'm still telling her, come on, you got this, and just keep going. And then after that, I think it was third quarter, maybe third, fourth quarter. She came back, got layups and one coast to coast. Picked the ball up. I was right there, hey, that's my dog. Let's go. So yeah, that was when Zoe was feeling down, and I'm always there for her when she's down, because that's just what I do for her. So yeah.
That's team ball. That's not me running a 100-yard dash in 6 seconds, which would be great and all that. But that's not teamwork. That's not me hitting 70 home runs and stealing 85 bases and playing on a team that won no games. But I could be excellent, but that's not teamwork.
I want to ask the ladies a question also about sisterhood, right? Because
Yes.
we're in Women's History Month,
Yes.
and it's not always easy to have women friends and to have sisterhood, right?
Yeah,
in
in
life,
this world,
in life,
man.
and in this world, right? The culture that we live in, it kind of pits us against one another, right? It makes us, covet one another's, bodies and hairs and eyes and eyebrows and men and all these other things. Everything.
gosh.
Top to bottom.
Oh,
So,
clock that tea.
what is this sisterhood experience, mean for you, and how is it affecting your character in the way that you plan to conduct yourself in the world as women, and to perpetuate that to other women and young ladies to, really make the world, the change things for us in our experience in this world?
I really do feel like we're not just, it goes beyond just sisterhood in
being
general.
just teammates.
We're just teammates. This is we're sisters in Christ at that. We're very connected, high in our faith. And it's not just oh, I have something going on. And then I would be able to go to my teammates and be like, hey, I got something going on. And we would be like, whatever, stop what we're doing, let's pray. We're going to pray about this.
Yes.
So I think that's also something very, very important to have. And overall, I feel like just within anything I'm doing, me and Cadis, we be thugging it out in anatomy. We be struggling.
Ooh, talk about it. Ooh, anatomy.
Nyla be hooking us up hey, this is what we're doing in class today. We stay together through everything we do. On the quiz, we got to remember we study this. We be studying together. We go through. Me and Zoe got avid. Hey, I didn't do my body. You can use one of my notes. That's just how we are.
Yeah.
We're sisters on and off the court, and on the court especially. I wish somebody would try to come up on my teammates. I'm just saying
right now. We don't get into it.
Somebody would. Right. Don't play.
Hello.
Because one thing about me and one thing about my teammates, we do not play about each other, especially our coaches. Our coach don't play about us. We don't play about
we ain't gonna
them.
put her on blast, but
Any of that. So we very tight like that, and I feel like overall it's just created such a good bond because even after high school, I know that I'll be able to call any of my teammates, especially my coaches. If I need something, don't even worry about it. I know who I'm calling. So
I just wanted to add too. I feel like it's more than just being teammates. On and off the court. Off the court, I feel like we're close in a way. You know, we don't have to hang out with each other every day, call each other every day. But like Amaya said, I feel like one call away, like pick up the phone, text you, call you if we need somebody to talk to, or like someone for us to be there for. Like, you know, we all have stuff going on, so I feel like we just created that open space for each other to be able to like be like, hey, like, can we talk, or like, you know,
Need a ride home?
Yeah.
So with,
Mr. Wallace, can we have 3 more of the?
yes, please,
Good.
please.
This is a Empire Quarterback takeover.
Yes, take it over, take it over. Do the takeover. Right. And I'll continue what I was saying about the importance of certain kind of teams. And it's, as you guys continue on, it's important that you keep this attitude, because this is the glue that holds the world together. Caring about people and talking about it and doing something about it in this world now, where we've got homeless people, we've got people losing jobs, we've got people. It's about caring, and it's about compassion. It's about passion and compassion. So, but go on, let me hear more about how you guys are going to get along with each other despite the fact the world is going to try to split you up.
And maybe a little bit about how your coaching is affecting your ability to engage with this idea of sisterhood, and also reintroduce your AKs.
Okay. My name is Daisy Ingram, number 1, one of the senior captains, aka the leader. And when I want to talk about a few things, but we'll start off with this. When Coach Chloe first got us, we were at the bottom. Like, the bottom's here. We were, like, down here. Like, we were at the bottom. And it wasn't even just basketball-wise, like, in ourselves. Like, we didn't have self-confidence. We weren't, like, these empowering women. Like, we really were just so beat down, and by all the outside noise, everything people had to say, and it's really hard not to care about that stuff, especially at a time like that. And she came in, and I remember, like, we were just practicing, and we were like, what is she doing here? Like, who's this? Who's that? And then she came in with so much life, so much positivity, and at that point, we were just kind of like, like, okay, like, whatever, we're not. But we were there.
From the year before, the losing season.
Exactly.
You were still there.
Exactly. We were still there. Wow. And I think we were all still there because we weren't the best, but we all had that faith and love for each other. So maybe we weren't there for basketball, but we were definitely there for each other, and that bond that we have together. And Coach Chloe really brought us a really long way. Like, not even just basketball-wise. Like, outside of basketball, you could really call her and you can be on the phone with her, and she'll speak so much life into you and tell you how much faith she has in you. And sometimes when you don't believe in yourself, that's really what you truly need, especially coming from, like, such a trustworthy and, like, nice source. Like, it's not just some friend or whoever you think your friend is or whatever. It's not coming from that. It's coming from someone who genuinely cares about you as a person. And I'll say it again, I've said it before, she doesn't just care about us as players, she cares about us as people. Like, if your mom's not there for you, she'll be your mom. Like, if you need anything, you can always go to her. And I just wanted to talk about our sisterhood bond. We're really connected, we love each other, and it's not even just basketball wise, like, it's so incredibly amazing. I wanted to talk about so last night we had this really big game, Santa Ana game, and I wasn't really on the court as much as I wanted to, and I was talking with our coaches, and Ray was having an amazing game, but her shoulders were kind of down, and maybe I wasn't out there on the court doing everything that I wanted to, but Coach Lola pulled me aside and told me that my sister needed me. And so I couldn't be upset that I wasn't getting the game time I wanted or doing what I wanted or fulfilling my goals, but I knew that I could be there for Ray. And Ray had an amazing game. And I was able to talk to her, kind of yell at her a little bit, put her chin up, and she was able to come out, and it was just amazing for us, and it changed the entire game. And I also want to talk about how we could talk about all these amazing wins. We're undefeated. We're amazing. And that's what everybody loves to talk about. And I love talking about it too. Like, we're amazing. We don't know how to lose. But I want to talk about what people don't see. People don't see all the practices that we have, the 2.5-hour practices, the ice baths. we take like the bear cross suicides.
Bear cross
Okay, I don't know if you guys know what those are.
Bear cross suicide.
Let's just tell her what the bear cross suicide is.
It's real coaching.
No,
right
it's
now.
real coaching. We grab our jerseys and we go from line to line, baseline to free throw line, back to baseline to half court, back to baseline to the other free throw line on the other side of the gym, back to baseline, all the way back to the other baseline and come back. Okay?
And you remember that. That's
Oh,
good.
I remember
yeah,
every
yeah.
single bear cross suicide I ever
That's
did.
good.
I'm just telling you guys.
That's good.
We be cleaning our tears or blood or but what I want to talk about is there was one day specifically, Coach Lolo was there. We all remember this day. And I think we ran like 9 suicides, maybe 10, 11
Yeah,
suicides.
correct.
See, I don't even remember which And at that point, we were so low. Like, we were running, and we were just so low. And what did you say, Amaya? Amaya said something about a CIF ring. Yeah, come here. Come over
Yeah,
here.
you was on the last suicide. You didn't know it. You didn't know it was the last one. You didn't know it was the last one. You hoped it was the
We
last
prayed.
We thought, little we thought we were on our last suicide, and people were crashing out. We're like, I'm done with this. Why every single time we're always
Yelling
doing
at each
something
other.
We were so mad, and then we were like, oh my goodness, we can't do this. And coach was like, pause, y'all go reset, because y'all gonna come back and finish this last suicide with everything you have. So we're like, oh my gosh, here she go. So we go in our little corner that we always have to go and talk in, and we're standing there, we're just all crashing out like, oh, man, you quitting? I'm quitting too. we all plotting our 2. We all finna sign off on our 2
We're
weeks.
like, if we all walk out, she can't do anything.
So she can't
Revolution.
kick us all off. Right. So we're like, I was just like, you know what, guys, like let's just finish the suicide. Just give her what she wants. Act like this is like the CIF championship. We're like, yeah, right, CIF championship. Like we're never gonna make it, but we'll act like it. Right. Little did we know we was gonna go ahead and get a ring, but that's a different story. But I said, like, act like this is like the last run. We need to go down there, get a stop, and we get to secure it all for a ring. And we finished that suicide. I ain't never felt so relieved in my life. I felt like a whole brick house just been lifted off of me. Everybody, we were celebrating like we just got freed out of prison. It was amazing.
Well, you know that's why you guys are winning, right?
Yes,
That piece that you all remember is the reason you guys are winning. I stay. You know, you can believe me or not, but that's the kind of common memory that makes for an uncommon experience and win. You guys remember something, you work together on it, and you're nothing more powerful than your mind. You may think it is, but that unified mindset, that's what made you guys fly. And I'm so proud of you. You guys got me over here. I'm not crying. I just got a couple of little things in my eyes. But yeah, so yeah, finish up. This is the quickest hour on radio. If everybody, get your shot here, slide on in and take advantage of, yes, ma'am. All right, and I'll say it again. This is Empire Talks Back. We're talking with the women's varsity team for Hillcrest High School. They are on their way to the state championship. They've got 2 more games to play.
Yes.
One game coming up this Tuesday, 7 o'clock at Hillcrest High School. Don't miss it.
Don't miss
Tickets are only $12, and I think they're going to have some food wagons and stuff outside, so food trucks and stuff. You guys will have a great time. Don't miss this game.
These kids, you said food, that's their middle name. They all perked up, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. I just wanted to highlight a couple of things we didn't get to share, but that are extremely important for us as an organization and everything that we're preaching. One of our babies, Cadence, got baptized this season.
Okay.
So after we won our CIF championship ring, the next day, she said, Coach, I'm going to get baptized. Do you want to come? And I mean, I celebrated like that was the state tournament, because it really is in the big scheme of things. So I just wanted to give you the floor and say, did you have any, or what did that mean to you? Did it have any bearing on your season and how you showed up on the court? But just what did that moment and getting baptized mean to you?
So I'm Cadence Garcia. My nickname
My nickname is the Anchor, and I think that nickname comes a lot from my faith. I've dealt with a lot of things in my life that haven't been pretty, but this past like year and a half, we started going to a new church, and my faith has really like changed entirely. I've become a better person. I like to think that I've become a greater person, and it comes from the faith that I have in God and my family, and also my team. I don't think I could be the person that I am today without my teammates. We all have such a strong faith, and we all hold each other accountable when we're falling short of things. And I think that the love that we all have for each other, and it doesn't even come on the court. We just all love each other so much. We all have each other's backs no matter what happens. And our faith is like the center of it all. And I think that because of how strong I've grown as myself and a person, with my faith in God, that it's made me become an anchor for my team, because I'm able to be there and stand by their sides no matter how I feel, because I know that it's the position God's put me in, and that no matter what, that I have to be that anchor for my team when my teammates are falling short, because I know that if I was falling short, they would hold me to that same accountability, and they would be there by my side. Yes. So, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that testimonial, and you guys are great. No, I'm serious. Coach Chloe and Coach Lola, amazing jobs that you're doing.
Thank you.
The glow that the young ladies are exuding is amazing. The teamsmanship, it makes us, we're in a better place.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can I
we are
just quickly
definitely in a
shout
better
out
place.
the future of this organization? So standing behind me, we have two girls who want to play at the next level in college, and they are showing and getting it done this year to get this team the exposure it needs. I have Raylene and Zoe and Ryan. These are juniors and sophomores, and Cadence. They'll be here next year. So all of the work that we're putting in, we want college scouts.
So we got
want
Echo.
What?
Echo. We've got Echo for sure.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay.
And I just want to say, can you guys say one word really quickly about what people can expect next year when they come out and show out for you?
We're in that last 60-second cycle, so do it quickly.
You could expect hustle and great effort.
Dang, I don't know.
She doesn't
Boxing
know,
out.
She doesn't know whether it's going to be
Boxing
the
out
left hand
and just
or the right
effort.
hand, or the jump
And-
shot or the slide to the hoop, right?
And high
But you gotta show up.
determination.
And what about you, Ryan? What can they expect when they come see you?
You can expect a lot of hustle and some deflections and some steals and yeah, a win.
This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. Quickest hour on radio. Vicki Davis, thank you for producing a great program for us. I'll look for you to do this again real soon. Yeah. Okay, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this is a pre-thank you for winning the game on Tuesday. Okay, so that we can look forward to the game after that. God bless you. Stay strong. Do the deal. God bless you.
Thank you for having
We'll see you
us.
guys next week under two circumstances. One, if the good Lord's willing. Two, if the creek don't rise.
Gallup, New Mexico.
NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda is